some of the supplies you're going to need: a protractor, a CD, and a large circle with a piece of paper. Step number 1 asks you to use a large circle to draw around. Go ahead and do that in pencil. Step number 2 then says to divide the paper into fourths. Tape the CD onto the paper and to draw a horizontal line across the CD. So as you can see, I just took a moment and I taped the CD onto the paper. From the middle of the CD, I am drawing a horizontal line across. Okay, now step number 3. You can read these directions also on the board. It asks you to use your protractor to make a mark at 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree. Okay, so let's take a look. When you line up your protractor, make sure that 0 and 180 is on the line. You'll also see that the center of the protractor is in the center of the paper. Here's where I'm marking off 30, 60, 90, 120, and 150. Please do the same thing to the other side. Once again, line up the protractor on 0 and 180. Mark it 30, 60, 90, 120, and 150. Now that you've got your circle divided up into those sections, use your ruler then to draw lines that go across the CD. You're breaking up your paper into some sections that you can use. You'll see my 30 degree mark goes to my 30 degree mark on the other side. Key: each diagonal line should go through the center of your CD. Again, the line goes through the center, 30 degree to 30 degree, 60 degree to 60 degree. Everything should go through the center of the paper. Okay, now it looks like this. I'm going to go ahead and draw the end of my lines for my 90 degree angle so it's divided into fourths. Just helps me think about where I'm going to break up my paper. I'm also outlining around my circle. This is an optional step. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I just thought it's going to be part of my design, so I'm going to go ahead and outline mine. Next, step number 5. I'll go ahead and read that out loud. Draw designs inside each section of your CD, rotating around for your radial balance. Keep it simple. So as you can see, I'm starting out with just some simple circles. When I repeat it around the CD, I've got a pretty interesting design. Again, keeping my ideas simple, I drew an X with some vertical lines. When I draw the X and repeat it around the CD, it starts to get a little bit more complicated because I'm using repetition of lines and shapes. And by repeating my design, not only is it in a circular shape like a mandala, but it becomes very interesting because I'm repeating the same thing over and over and over again. Do you understand why I asked you to keep it simple? That's right, because you're going to repeat it, 12 times? So yes, just keep it simple and repeat it all the way around your circle. And by the time you're done, I hope you really like your cool design. Great. Now, once I'm done with my CD, I'm going to take it back, look at it a little bit from a distance, and then I'm going to start deciding what I'm going to use for my background. I'm taking one of the CDs and just tracing the CD using the same shape that I used for the center into my background. I'm speeding it up a little bit because this is where it becomes creative. Please don't use my ideas, use some of your own ideas. I've drawn some zigzag lines, some more circles. I'm again repeating the ideas that I used on my CD into my background. This project sure can be fun. Using any kinds of lines, any kinds of shapes, and any kinds of designs in a repeated fashion gets you a really neat design.